Hi guys, it's Jen from Phoenix and Lotus, and I have another unboxing video for you today, and this one is from the Wild Unknown. And this is the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. And very excited. These just went on sale last week, and they got here really fast, which is good because I am not patient. And there is very cool Wild Unknown Animal Spirit card. Oh, and there's zebra tissue paper. That is fun. And I have a deck, conveniently labeled 63 full color cards with fold-out guide poster, illustrated deck. And also I have, I can get it out of the box, the book. So I watched the unboxing video that Sasha Astrology did, and she had good things to say about the book and the deck. I go back and forth with books and decks, so I did get it. Oh, careful, careful, careful. The knife and the peeling. And, ooh, it does have a sort of like iridescence to it that, oh, there you go. You can kind of see it just a little bit if I rock it back and forth in the light. But it's sort of it's a kind of a matte finish, which sounds weird. And the box is really tight and doesn't want to come apart, but lovely. Oh, I like that with the tail and the butterfly. And then just like the box for the Wild Unknown Tarot, it's got the ribbon to help you lift everything out. And like that deck, there's also the folding piece on really nice matte paper. And oh, here's my poster. I get the swan. I like the reflection there. That is very cool. And oh, there's a little message on the side that says, "Which one found its way to you? Mystery spirit animal." So my mystery spirit animal is no longer a mystery. It is the swan. And then here we have the descriptions of cards. She's got earth, water, fire, air, and spirit. And earth is creatures of the earth, or creatures of the field and forest, the suit of survival and instinct. The earth creatures represent our relationship to fears and habits. Are we creatures of habit or makers of our own destiny? The great earth cards lead you to the answers. Next is water, creatures of the oceans, rivers, and lakes. Creatures of the water element represent our emotional world. They point to relationships, love, boundaries, and creativity, our flow, if you will. When the water is crystal clear, we know it in our hearts. And fire is creatures of the desert and grasslands. Creatures of the fire element lead us toward change. They represent the ego and challenge us to become our best selves. Although these cards appear more frequently when conflict is present, the heat they emit is the elixir of our transformations. Air, creatures of the sky. Creatures of the air element move quickly and decisively. They're known to see more than others, and this can lead to powerful and discerning qualities. However, the speed at which they move often leaves them ungrounded. And then finally, spirit, creatures of the ether. The creatures of the spirit element do not live on Earth as we know it. They're inhabitants of a dimension beyond, the cosmic ether. These 7 trump cards represent significant challenges or awakenings of the inner self or soul. Like guardians from another realm, they're watchful and protective when we're at a crossroads in our lives, Please reference the Animal Spirit Guidebook for deeper understanding of the spirit cards and their relationship to the subtle body. Oh, very cool. Okay. That makes sense. For example, I was seeing other people with this deck, and let me actually get to the cards now and slide off wrapper. And again, the cards have the same kind of snake skin, dragon scale pattern with that cool iridescence. And we start with, and inside the different elements at the bottom of the box, we've got 2 feet, 4 feet, scales are high, may our minds stay open and our wings span wide on the inside of the box here. So, oh nice, so this starts with the spirit realm cards and starts with a black cat whining, which I know we're all used to by now. Let me grab him so he stops. Yeah, come on, bud. All right, I know you like to help, and now you just want to be a pest. All right, forget it. So we have the Cosmic Egg, Unicorn, the Black Egg, Golden Egg, Dragon, the Sea Serpent, the Phoenix. I am partial to the Phoenix, obviously running a business named Phoenix and Lotus. And now we get into the air cards. We have the Eagle, Hawk, Peacock, Nightingale. I really like that. There is a fable, myth, fairy tale that I love about a nightingale that very much sort of resonates with me because it talks about authenticity. There's an emperor that loves a nightingale and the song that the nightingale plays, and he has his jeweler make him an amazing music box that it's completely covered in jewels, and it sings the nightingale's song, and it's beautiful. So he can hear the song of the nightingale whenever he wants, but it lacks the warmth and authenticity of the true nightingale and that sort of gift. So, total aside there, completely irrelevant. I'm wondering if that story might be in the guidebook. I don't know. I'll have to look. Dragonfly, Owl, Crow, Vulture, Hummingbird, Bee. I love bees too. Bees make me very happy. Firefly, Bat, love him. All right, so I just had another idea for video, and at some point I'm going to do a comparison of all my favorite bat cards because I'm starting to get a lot of decks that have really cool bats. So that might be a video you'll see later this summer. Butterfly, Moth. Moths kind of creep me out, not gonna lie. Elephant, Lion. Oh, these are the fire cards, I'm thinking. Zebra, Cobra, Tiger, Cheetah. I love that. I love that momentum and just how coiled the cheetah is for release. Gazelle, Camel, Tarantula, Panther, Lizard, and scorpion. When I first found out that the scorpion was in the fire, I was a little freaked out because, hey, Scorpio, water sign, what's that about? But her description of dividing up the suits and elements by where the animals live makes that a lot easier for me to wrap my head around. So, hyena, fire ant, and now we get to the water signs. Whale, dolphin, that's a very happy looking dolphin. Swan, shark, kid. All right, sorry, little Boston humor there. Otter, frog. I also love frogs because of the transformation they represent, how they move from a tadpole, which looks nothing like a frog, to a frog. So cool. Turtle. Turtles are also among my favorites. Oyster. Beaver. Octopus. Ooh, those were stuck together a little bit there. Here. Oh, no, that's fine. All right, we just had a little piece of plastic. Carry on. Starfish. Regular fish. Koi, actually. That looks like stingray. Last week, I went to the New England Aquarium, and I actually got to put my hand in the tank and touch rays, and they have this really cool sort of spongy, rubbery feel to them, which is neat, and I'm going to think of that every time I look at this card. Crocodile. And now we get into the earth animals. Horse. Spider. Wolf. Deer. Elk. Lamb. Buffalo. Snake. Fox. Raccoon. Rabbit. Mouse. Earthworm. And bear. So there are the cards, and I want to go back to the little fold-out poster because she's got spreads here that make sense, except for the relationship spread, which I'm sure she describes in the guidebook, maybe, or on her website. Ooh, sorry, flinging. And now we're going to get into the guidebook and see what that's about. So, once again, it's got the sort of dragon's eye, the cover the same as the deck. And it has exquisitely determined plastic wrap on it. Just taking all of my powers to remove this plastic wrap. All right, here we go. So, it's a really good quality paper. It's a very similar finish to the cards, that kind of matte finish. And she's got sort of the picture of the card, and then on the other side what it means. So for shark, we've got directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. And then at the bottom, she's got when in balance, when out of balance, and to bring into balance the different animals. So that's kind of cool. And at the beginning, we have a little note from her. So, the eagle meets the rabbit. And that's a little personal story from her. And then we get Understanding the Deck, where she talks about natural selection. Nice. So you can imagine the most difficult step in creating this deck was selecting the animals, who's in and who's out. Yeah, that must have been a challenge. So that is cool. And then she talks about the different elements in a little more detail than she does on here. Then we get into using the deck. What's my spirit animal? What to ask. She gives you some sample questions to get you started using the deck. When to ask it. Caring for your deck. Shuffling and cutting. Card a day, past, present, future, relationship spread. Okay, so she does explain the relationship spread here, and I'm going to share that for anyone who decides not to get the book. Card number 1 here is you. Card number 2 is the other person. 3 is the shadow dynamic, and 4 is the illuminated dynamic. So, all right. Oh, and then she has another couple spreads here that are not in there. She looks at card order, the food web, apex predators, and then she goes into the descriptions of the cards. So, all right. I think that initially I'll probably try working with the deck on its own, and then if I get stuck, I'll go to the book, or I might just read the book independently of working with the cards, and just pick a different animal every day to read about and go at it that way, but not necessarily draw the card and then immediately go running to the book. And I'll kind of see how that works for me once I start using this deck. So it's definitely different. I don't own any other animal decks. This is a first for me. So we'll see how this works out. I do really like the quality of the cards. They're just like the Wild Unknown deck. I have the first edition. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it might. So I just figured I'd throw that out there. Everything smells new, which is fun. It's definitely just been printed. So yeah, that is the Animal Spirit Oracle deck from Kim Krans, The Wild Unknown.